Hey everyone, Don Vercaulen here, Director of Music here at Church of the Savior, and I thought I'd give you a little tour and update of everything that's going on in the sanctuary. I feel a little bit responsible for all of this work because as you've remembered in the last video I showed you, we were just going to scrape and do some plaster work and painting in the organ chambers, and that's turned into a full-scale restoration of the sanctuary. So I figured I'm going to turn the camera around and kind of give you a peek, and we'll go up on top of the scaffolding and see what's all going on up there. So it's hard to describe just how massive this project is. I know a lot of you have seen on Sunday mornings the entrance to the sanctuary open so you can get a peek at what the scaffolding all looks like and everything that's going on. And this video and pictures just doesn't do it justice of how much scaffolding is in here. And watching the whole process of them put this up was just an art form in itself. You can also see all the pews are gone. They are off to a company in Tennessee to be refinished. We also have a little bit of scaffolding here to kind of check some other structural items. But yeah, it's just shocking to see all of this scaffolding. But I think it's time for us to take a walk up there. So we are so lucky to have stairs that go up to the top of the scaffolding. Before the scaffolding was completely finished, it was just this ladder behind me that went straight up. So very thankful for a stairwell, and it gives us a little bit of an easier, but more importantly, even safer way to get up on top of the scaffolding. So let's climb these stairs together. I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see the journey going up. Okay, up we go. Sorry if you hear some heavy breathing. Your organist wasn't as in good of shape as he was a while ago, but just bear with me as we walk our way up the steps. Already getting a real nice view of the sanctuary. Keep going up. Here's kind of the first level of work that's being done. We'll come back to this in a minute, but we're going to keep going up. So here we are, almost the top of the scaffolding. We have a little bit further to go, but we're going to start here on this level. So now that we're on almost the top of the scaffolding, you can see there's one more level above me that we'll go up to. Like I said, we're going to start on this level, and I'm going to just show you around and describe some of the issues that we found and some of the repairs that they're already doing. So I'm going to flip the camera on and let's take a look around. All right, so we're going to walk over here on the scaffolding and go to the right where the organ chambers are. And these arches have already been repaired, and you can see this stone was one that was shifted down. It's still down just a little bit, but you can see the new mortar in there and the braces they have here while everything is drying. The other side, you'll see more in depth of that process, but we'll come over here. Here you can see more bracing of the arches, and they have repaired this one already as well. The guys at Frost just do an absolutely incredible job. It has been so fun to watch. And we'll climb up here. What you're looking at right here is the top of the where the organ chambers are. So very interesting to be able to touch the ceiling. So we have lots of tape here to mark where we're gonna most likely hit our heads. But it's kind of fun to see all the detail work done. This is where a light hung at one point. And, you know, to the naked eye, downstairs looking up, you don't really recognize this detail. So to be able to see it and know, you know, somebody 100 years ago really put the time into making every part of this sanctuary beautiful. Just look at that, it's incredible. So also, older members of the congregation, you remember that the walls were painted green. So there's that original color. And the reason why we're seeing that color is because we have cleaned this stone. When we go over to another window, you'll see that the stone is almost black in color. This has been all repaired and cleaned. You can see new mortar in between the windows. That was getting pretty bad, as you're going to see on the other side. Here we are again. I mean, just look at the wonderful work that they're doing. And you'll see down here, They had to remove a stone that was completely broken, and they are making new stones. So it's very cool. A lot of different skills that's going into making this beautiful and structurally sound again. So we're gonna come and we're gonna walk over that direction. So you'll see over here, we're in front of the window on the east side of the building. And you can see the stone already is much more darkened compared to over there where we just were with all that fancy, clean new stone there. We're gonna walk a little closer, so we have to go around this way. Walk around, don't hit our head. That's why we have hard hats, however. So you can see here in the window that mortar has just been falling out, and in some parts there's almost nothing left holding these windows in. So all of this is being cleaned out and remortared. I think they've done a little bit, not on this window yet. Here they've started cleaning out this center window. All that mortar has to be removed to get new mortar in it. You can see here all the mortar that's fallen out. They have a brace in here to hold everything up. I'll have to do another video during the daytime when they're not working so you can see all of these windows close up. It's quite amazing to see. Just look at the gaps. Just incredible. We're going to take a look now on the north side of the building where you're going to be able to see even more of some of the serious issues that we've been having and needed to be addressed right away. So let's take a look at that. We're looking here at the first arch, and you can see up here where one of the stones had shifted down, and they have this bracing up here to make sure it doesn't fall while they're up here. It was getting close to that point where it would have become very dangerous to be in the building. Over here, I believe they've fixed these stones already. Yep, you can see all the new mortar in there that they have braced in there. Just a beautiful, beautiful job. Then we're gonna come in here, so we're above where the choir sings right now. And just look at this window here. It's really shocking to see all of this water damage, cracks and mortar falling out. At some point you'll see when we go a little more west in the building, some of that mortar has fallen out and there's barely anything holding the window in. You can see a lot of water intrusion and damage here. And again, look at how just dirty and this stone is from all of that water damage. You can see again too, this mortar just flakes out. It's not good. Barely any left in here. So this all needs to be fixed to preserve our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stained glass windows. Here we are. They all look like this. So I'm so glad we caught it, because this was very hard to see when you're down on the main floor. We'll look over here now. You can see how this stone has shifted down in the gap that's between here. You'll also note, and all of this entire thing has shifted as it comes down. That's pretty shocking. And you'll see this crack running along here all the way to the outside. That crack appears all the way through to the other side of the wall. We have stone that's shearing here. These have all shifted down. The mortar's falling out of them. If we go on the other side, you can see more of that crack going all the way down. So that's pretty unsightly and uneasing to think, how much this had shifted without us being really able to see it. And then we'll look over here at the windows. You can see right here, the top of this window has almost pulled away completely again. Look at that mortar. It just crumbles. So we have to fix all of that to save our beautiful, beautiful windows. And we'll look over here and find the same thing. Here's a significant crack, goes all the way up. And then we get over here to the brick. And this is taking a lot of investigation. You can see they used a hollow brick, and it has, disintegrated over time. And so we are in the process of figuring out just what we're going to do to fix that. So we've got engineering firms working tirelessly, trying to figure that out and figure out just how extensive it is to the rest of the building, and what we need to do. Definitely something that has contributed to a lot of the movement. So we'll take a look around here and we'll go up to the other side and I'll show you a few things too. As if we weren't high enough, we have one more ladder to get up to get to the tippy top of the building. So let's climb. So we are up now, almost to the very top. There's just a little slight level above my head. But I'll show you the east window and you can see where they've started redoing the tuck pointing. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. So here you can see where the Frost Company has put in the new mortar. Just look at how beautiful that is. They do such a great job. You can see down here where they have, knocked the mortar out and cleaned it to prepare for new mortar to go in. But look at that, nice and repaired. We have to make all of the other windows and mortar joints look like that through the rest of the building. Next, obviously, will be a cleaning. So this stone will all get cleaned and made to look really nice while we're up here. We're gonna go over here to the proscenium arch. And you can see quite a big gap here between the ceiling and where the stone is. However, kind of the worst part of it is on this other side. Take a look here. You can see a lot of that mortar is gone. I'll zoom in a little bit here. And that things have shifted and some stones have actually sheared and cracked. And you can see a very large gap between the stones and the ceiling. Not only where it touches, but also between the stone where it meets the rest of the building. So we're figuring out how to maybe not remedy it, but to get it to stop moving. And like I said, we have engineers working tirelessly to make sure we do the right thing. Over here, you can see the wood underneath these panels rotten, likely from water intrusion. However, with all of that said and all of these issues that we're seeing, I want to end this video on something that's really positive and uplifting about this whole project. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you something. If you look here at the very top of the vault, you'll see a chalice carved into the ceiling, something we don't really get to see from the floor. Isn't that just beautiful? The fact that somebody 100 years ago took the time to make something so beautiful that will likely never be seen from the floor just shows how much detail and love went into creating this sacred and holy place. And I think it's a good thing to see, to remind us that we need to put that same love and care into fixing this building to make sure that it is beautiful for the next generation and the next 100 years of people who will experience God in this holy place. So thanks for joining me on this tour, and I'll keep you updated. Bye-bye for now.